Hi everyone, I'm back with another new hieroglyph for you today. This one that looks an awful lot like a guitar, although it's not a guitar. We'll discuss what it is in just a moment. Welcome to Voices of Ancient Egypt, where we demystify the words and lives of the ancient Egyptians through animated videos like this one. If you're new here, I'd love to have you hit subscribe and that bell so you won't miss future videos like this one. Okay, so let's get into what is this hieroglyph that looks like a guitar. Well, actually, it seems to be the depiction of a heart and windpipe together. I know it doesn't look especially like one too much, I would say, but that's how it's been interpreted in modern times. But the words that you can spell with this have nothing to do really with a heart and a windpipe. Instead, this sign represents three consonant sounds, like some of the other ones we've seen. This represents N, F, R, and in modern times we pronounce that nefer. So if you want to know about the pronunciation, the different letters, why I'm substituting vowels and all that, I suggest you download my half-hour hieroglyphs guide at voicesofancientegypt.com/guide, and I'll link that in the description below too. So how is nefer used? So nefer, like many other signs we've seen, can be used to spell a number of words, potentially, that have these sounds in it. But most commonly, nefer is used for a word that's spelled really just nefer, which is something along the lines of good, beautiful, or perfect. It can have kind of any of these meanings. It depends on the context in which it's used as to what the best translation is into English. So you might have this used, for example, to describe a person, or it might be used to describe a festival, or the beauty of a god, for example, like where they might use neferu in that case. So nefer also is used very often in a common phrase that describes the king. So if we combine this with the word necher, which we talked about yesterday, and you can check out that video, I'll link it up in the corner, top corner in the cards and on the final screen. Necher is the word for God. Nefer means perfect or good or something along those lines. And if you put these together and you have necher, nefer, this is what oftentimes you'll see translated as the good God, or more recently, a more popular translation is the perfect God for necher, nefer. And this is one of the common epithets. That is a formulaic kind of phrase describing somebody, is what an epithet is, that is used to describe the king. So oftentimes you'll see this before one of the king's names. And now you'll be able to recognize it when you see these texts with royal names on them. It's very common in that context. You'll also sometimes see nefer done in names. So for example, the name Nefertiti you're probably familiar with having heard transcribed, and this also uses this same sign in it. All right. So that's nefer. Thanks for joining me today. Make sure to check out the next video when it comes out here in the bottom right-hand corner. If it's not out yet, hit subscribe and that bell so you won't miss it. See you next time.